Beep boop beep. Brush that quick. Put a post in the disco. Sound over. Probably be a good idea. There we go. There we go. Ooh. First time setup. There we go. What? What's happening? There we go. There we go. That should be better. We'll turn down just a little bit more. Pew pew.
Easy, boy.
Damn city slickers.
Don't I know you, sir?
Don't believe so. I haven't been here in many years. Name's Silas Greaves.
Silas Greaves? The bounty hunter?
Used to be.
Ah, well, what are you doing here in Abilene?
Just passing through. Got a little business to take care of.
Well, sir, it would be an honor if you would allow me to buy you a beer.
Hell, son, it would be my honor to drink it.
I'm Molly. Howdy.
I'm Dwight. That's Jack and Steve. Ben's behind the bar. Oh, I bet you got some great stories.
A couple.
Any of them true?
Jack, be nice.
A few.
What about your shootout with Henry Plummer's gang in Bannock,
Maybe
Montana?
a couple.
Is that where you started as a bounty hunter? That's what it says in this here dime novel.
Don't believe everything you read in them dime novels, boy. First man I hunted was back when I was riding with Billy the Kid.
You knew Billy the Kid?
Damn right. That scrawny son of a bitch had no fear. Wouldn't back down for nobody.
I heard he collected the 10 stars off any crooked lawmen who crossed him.
It was a war, boy. The Lincoln County War. And Billy promised his regulators would take the life of every bastard who helped bushwhack John Tunstall.
Kid had a big chip on his shoulder and a hair-trigger temper. Made him dangerous as hell.
Dangerous as hell. Ooh. I'm getting like late onset itis here from my dinner. Let's go.
It was about 30 years ago. Billy was hiding out in an abandoned farm near Stinking Springs. I threw in with the kid because the man I had sworn vengeance on was riding with Billy's enemies. But before I tell you why I want that sumbitch dead, let me tell you what happened that day. I was heading back to the hideout when suddenly I had this funny feeling.
Funny, ha-ha?
No, Steve. The other kind of funny.
You heard that. Need to stay here and keep an eye on the road.
That's not fair. We're missing all the fun.
I knew those two morons would never let me through. I had no choice.
Who's that? Is he with us?
Yes,
Was it
clearly
Pat
I'm with
Garrett's
you
posse?
because I shot
Oh,
your
yeah.
friend in the head.
I heard the shots and I knew I had to move fast.
That's how you say hi to
Army of
people.
deputies had surrounded the entire homestead. I decided to help Billy and the boys out of it. So that's just what I did. As the governor of New Mexico was paying for the kid's apprehension, Garrett was able to hire every gun hand in Lincoln County.
You ain't going nowhere.
Ain't I though?
I knew that going through that front door meant putting my butt in a shooting gallery.
What's going on, Kino?
So I decided to get sneaky.
I decided to get sneaky. How you doing tonight, brother?
Garrett's men were running around like a bunch of chickens with their heads cut off.
You think you can kill me?
Yes, I do.
Still, one of them reached the water tower. Not a bad idea. It would be a turkey shoot from up there. Luckily, these
Working on
shooters
your
Garrett
commish.
hired weren't the sharpest tools
Nice.
in the shed. The right position is very important. Personally, I prefer to be on top.
Oh, you do you?
Indeed, darling. But where was I? Oh, yeah. A lot of them were saddle tramps or sod busters or
Because I'm
drunken
curious if
drifters looking
Stormcast
to
can
make a
become
few bucks.
corrupt. Not that I know of. Talking about like similar to a Space Marine turning to chaos. As far as I know, nothing like that can happen, lore-wise. Although, I did paint my Archaon. Like, that's sort of the idea I went with.
I heard a friendly voice yelling at me from the window. Back door! We'll cover you! Truth be told, things weren't much better behind the house. I cut their numbers in half, but that That just made the ones that were left twice as mad. They made up for their lack of skill
I painted him
with a seemingly endless supply of ammo.
to look sort of like a corrupt chaos or stormcast dude. Oh, will you?
It was a bit of a slog, but I finally fought my way around the back of the house.
Oh, that's right. I can hit R
And like
repeatedly
that,
to
I
reload
was
faster.
inside, none the worse for wear. I passed Dirty Dave, and upstairs I found Billy and Charlie Baldrick.
Billy the Kid.
Billy looked at me and said, "About time, amigo. Grab a gun and get to the window."
Wait, so you were friends with Billy the Kid?
The rifle.
Yeah,
I
sort
love
of.
the rifle so much.
Anyway, we
Definitely
were
my
surrounded by
favorite.
dozens of deputized shooters who wanted to do us harm. I'm telling you, Garrett's men were dropping like flies, but they just kept on. That's when Charlie got hit. "They're catching us in a crossfire," shouted Billy. "Get to the other side." I don't know how many of those cocksuckers I personally put down, but it was pretty clear, even to Billy, that maybe discretion was the better part of valor.
Apparently, I was not supposed to go to that window.
It means that it was time to cut and run. "They got a Gatling," Billy shouted. "Get the horses and bring them round back. I'll draw their attention." He directed that order at me, and I thought, why the hell do I have to do it?
Poor sons of bitches are done!
Many would have fled in my place. But I had that false sense of invincibility
Loud.
that many young men have.
All right,
Like Jack here.
I can turn it down. I figured it might be a little loud.
What are you saying, old man?
Jack is just joshing.
Yeah, he better be.
Mr. Graves, please continue.
Please, call me Silas, ma'am. Now, where was I?
You were heading for the barn.
There's a thing in the barn hidden here. Oh, no secrets. No secrets.
Making my way past a passel of fallen foes.
Sounds like Garrett hired a whole regiment of hired guns.
Yeah, and just when I thought I was done with them, more of these hapless bastards would pop up. Finally, I had the stables within my reach.
Any recommendations on the Weeping Legion? Nah, man, I think your stuff looks good. Nothing,
And that's when I met.
I can't say there's
Sheriff
anything
Pat
in
Garrett.
particular that I
I
would...
read that you went toe-to-toe with him, sir. That backstabbing
change.
bastard with that tacked-on tin star.
Stuff's looking good, man. It's time to duel.
You challenged him to a showdown.
You read that in a dime novel?
It said he showed no fear as he took your measure with eyes like a rattlesnake.
Eyes like a rattlesnake. Damn it. Oh, I guess I don't right click to draw. Maybe that's the thing that's confusing me. I think I just click to shoot. Alright, let me shoot this guy in the face, and then I shall respond.
And that you killed
There we go.
him in a fair fight.
Is that what that Penny Dreadful said? No.
The other
boy,
half is
that
agreed.
ain't what I meant when I said I
And you're gonna
met
pay for
Pat
broadstone
Garrett.
to have Eisenhorn painted.
So let me start again.
Sounds good, man.
I finally reached those damn stables.
That is mighty generous of you, sir.
I stepped inside, and last thing I heard was Garrett's voice. That's not Billy.
And go on. How did it end?
And, boy, that was just the beginning.
So what happened? Did Garrett arrest you?
Yeah, after I came to, the bastard had clocked me with his Colt.
And the kid surrendered?
When he realized there was no getting out of there alive,
So they locked you up in Lincoln?
indeed they did. Sentenced me to hang right along with the kid.
That is a little bit of a problem. I'm not entirely sure how you would handle that.
It's important to know that I was only riding with Billy so I could find the bastard I was after.
Like, possible
He was with John Kinney's gang.
that
They were sworn enemies of Billy's regulators.
Why were you after him?
I owed that son of a bitch a
I
bullet
can-
for what he had done to me and mine. Instead, all I got for myself was a goddamn
Just-
death sentence.
tell him that
Luckily,
somebody has
was
done
right
it,
around then
but
that I heard Billy make his move.
you know, somebody to say,
Shot Jim
you know,
Bell and a
somebody
few other guards as
paid
he
for
made
it
his
or something,
getaway.
but
Later,
obviously
they
then
wrote
he's
that
gonna
some
ask
lady
questions.
friend planted a pistol for him in the privy. What the papers didn't say is that Billy helped me escape too.
let me out.
first order of business was finding a firearm. Luckily, I located Deputy Bob Ollinger's mean-ass shotgun.
Mean ass shotgun. Not just a regular shotgun. A mean ass shotgun.
I saw
He
Billy
is,
through the window,
yes.
and he yelled that I should take to the rooftops to make my escape. So I did.
Anybody see Billy?
Hell
Jesus.
yeah. That scatter gun was like a double-barreled howitzer. It could blow a man clear off his feet. You hardly had to aim the damn thing. The kids escaped raised a huge ruckus. Guards were everywhere looking for him.
Can't let the kid get away. Anybody see him?
I had to jump from roof to roof like a damn alley cat. I followed the planks where I could, but some of that wood was slippery as hell. The whole town was up in arms.
Slipperier than hell.
I was a fugitive.
Oh shit.
Kick our ass. Can't have gotten far. Gotta be around here somewhere. Eddie broke out of jail.
Ah, there we go. Oh, like, I know I'm not supposed to go down on the ground
So
yet.
that bastard you were after, what did he do?
He did me and my family a grievous harm. But I knew if I was ever going to find him, I would need to get my ever-loving ass out of there. I tried to be stealthy and sneak my way past.
Bullets.
This town doesn't have a moment's peace.
I tried to be sneaky. I promise I did. See, look at me sneak.
You! But hell if they weren't all waiting for me. Apparently, some of them thought I was Billy.
Leave him to me. He's in town somewhere.
See, me and the kid shared a certain similarity in build and coloring. I was just glad I had Deputy Bob's mean-ass shotgun.
Get your house down.
So much lead was whizzing by my head, it was like everyone in Lincoln
Yes,
wanted to
he
put me
did.
in the ground. I knew I needed to find a horse. Though I never did have a great fondness for those four-legged grass eaters. Smelly, sweaty, ungrateful beasts. They prize them too high, if you ask me. Let's do this.
What was it telling me to climb? Okay. Oh, am I supposed to like just go over the wall here? I guess that would
Where
make
was
sense.
the kid while you were busy getting shot at?
Gone. And that's when it occurred to me why Billy set me free. So I could be a hapless decoy and draw attention while he snuck out of town. I knew if I made it out of there in one piece, no one would put a price on my head.
Because everybody in Lincoln would be dead?
No, because they all thought I was Billy. And all that blame would fall on him. Meanwhile, Deputy Bob Ollinger was organizing a posse to put me down. He was already a mean son of a bitch, but he was doubly pissed that I stole his mean-ass shotgun. Stables on the edge of town.
I guess Billy saved your ass, taking out Bob Ollinger the way he did.
Billy didn't kill Bob.
Well, sure he did. He dispatched him right after he shot Deputy Bell.
No, sir. Because Bob came right up behind me, angry as hell that Billy had lit out. "Hello, Bob," I said. "I think you better
Hola,
let
Robert.
me go." And he says, "I don't think so, boy. Not with my shotgun." So we stood there in the middle of the street, eyeball to eyeball. He intended to kill me, and I knew I had no choice but to defend myself. I killed him in a fair fight. Everybody saw I had no damn choice. Well, Lincoln got a mite depopulated that day. Pat Garrett gunned down Billy 3 months later.
So where'd you go after Lincoln?
Well, see, the problem there is that
Mexico.
then
Until I realized
If
nobody was looking
I was
for me.
getting
I ended up
his,
taking a job at the Rurales.
I was getting as many
Rurales?
as a
I was hired to help them track down the cowboys.
for a stream boss reward, then you wouldn't have to pay for it.
The most vicious outlaw gang in Cochise County? Curly Bill Brocious? Johnny Ringo?
Led by old man Clanton himself.
They must have paid you a pretty penny to take them hombres on.
Not really. But truth be told, I had my own reasons for going after those boys.
That is what. Well, but then what's his? Then what would his stream reward be? Be like, haha,
So was the
JK,
bastard you
pick
were
something
after now
else.
riding with the cowboys?
Roscoe Bob Bryant was his name.
Oh,
But no, this time it was a different bastard I was after. The aforementioned Mr. Ringo. I came upon them robbing a stagecoach, which wasn't surprising, being they were such murderous thieves and bastards. The bandits wore red scarves, so I knew they worked for the old man.
Over there!
I did my best to help those poor passengers.
What the fuck? Oh.
Moments later, the attackers were dead, and I checked the stagecoach to see how many passengers were still breathing. None.
None.
It was then I wondered if the rocks weren't hiding more bandits. Was that all of them? Or did I just hit the rear guard? I quickly got my
Everywhere
answer.
but in
They
front of
attacked
him.
from on high like Apaches always did. They would appear in great numbers from above and rain down lead on their hapless enemies' heads, making use of the high ground and whatever else. Yep, the Apaches always appeared out of nowhere, and there never seemed to be an end to them.
Hold on. Were you attacked by Apaches? What happened to the cowboys?
Did I say they were Apaches? I said Clanton's cowboys attacked me Apache
Apache
style.
style.
I was in a pitched battle, but I was holding my own against an overwhelming enemy force. See, at the time, I was still pretty green and would often blunder into regrettable situations.
What I get? Fast aiming. Yeah, boy. And more concentrate for headshots. What's this one? Yeah, that's crap. Yeah.
But I just kept shooting at anything I could see up in those damn rocks. I didn't see Ringo, but I knew he was with the cowboy. He and Roscoe Bob had done me a dreadful wrong, and I was determined to have my revenge. But to get to Ringo, I knew I'd have to find my way past these other assholes first.
Woo, dodge the bullet.
Fortunately, I was running out of ammo.
The game
Another
literally
perfect
takes my
example of
bullets.
My relative inexperience as a hunter of men. I immediately knew that a tactical retreat was called for, as my vengeful fury was much less impressive without the bullets to back it up. Finally, they managed to corner me. Trapped as I was, the odds of my survival seemed pretty slim. Luckily, serendipity was on my side as I suddenly spotted a way out of my predicament.
Woo.
I
This
ran
game's kinda
ahead
funny,
as if
'cause
the
it'll,
devil
like-
himself was after me.
It'll just like
Bullets were
change
whizzing
shit in the
by my
game on
ears,
its own
but
just to
I
fit the
wasn't about to
narrative that
roll
the
over
guy's
and
selling.
I just kept running like there was no tomorrow. Because there
It was
was
like, oh, I was running out of ammo, and the game literally just like takes 40 bullets away
As I
from
was
me.
scurrying around those caves, I thought, what was I thinking? Going up against a gang like this. I just kept running, not knowing where the hell I was going. And that's when something miraculous happened. Like
See.
manna from heaven. I found the desiccated remains of what looked like an
Just
Apache warrior.
Drops
The old weapon next
drops
to
a
him supplied
body
me with some
right next to
much-needed
me.
ammunition. Bat Masterson once told me it was more important to be lucky than good. And he
Plan
would know.
quick. Why's little Debbie got a plan? Really? Do I have to go the other way? Around on the right here.
And imagine my surprise when I found a fistful of
Yes.
dynamite.
Oh, Jesus.
That stroke of good fortune evened the odds and bolstered my confidence. It was time to turn the table. Time for the prey to become the predator. Time for the hunted to become the hunter. Time.
All right, Jesus, we get it. They were right where you wanted them.
That's right. I was done running. And the old man's boys were not expecting that. No, sir. I came at them like a wildcat. My fury knew no bounds. It was finally time for that old man to pay for his sins.
This dude has a Gatling gun.
I yelled out at the top of my lungs, "Clanton, I'm coming for you!" A little stealth might have made more sense, to be perfectly honest. Because that old fool had a Gatling gun and enough bullets to last him till kingdom come. But I knew I could not let that deter me. Not if I was to find and kill Ringo. I needed to get that old man off that gun.
Well, you started shooting at me for one. What did I ever do to you? I'm pretty sure as soon as I came out of that cave, you started shooting bullets at me, sir.
Most everyone thought it was the Ruales who had come up against him in Guadalupe Canyon, but it was just me.
Oh shit, that's dynamite. That hurt. Yeah, he's already got the model. One more shot. Bitch. There we go.
Apparently, one of the cowboys made it out of there alive and told Ike and Billy Clanton that it wasn't a Mexican who took their father's life that day.
It was not.
They just assumed it was one of the Earps, and that little misunderstanding eventually led to that legendary
shipping price
at the old
for
Corral.
that model would be like if you weren't, you know, trying to send it super quick. Shipping costs $5 tops. If it's a small box and it's really light. It's Kino doesn't want Broadstone to know that he's paying to have it done.
A few weeks after that dust up at the OK Corral, I was still after Johnny Ringo.
There we go.
I had tracked him and the cowboys to their hideout at a sawmill, and they were loaded for bear.
He's trying to be sneaky sneak.
Somebody's coming.
Ain't nobody here.
So what exactly did Johnny Ringo do to piss you off?
His name was
Well,
Ringo.
him and that other bastard.
Roscoe Bob Bright?
Yep. They both deserve to die, and I promise I'll tell you why. First, I need to
No,
tell
it's
you
getting
about
him.
the
It's getting
Cowboys' new
Broadstone
boss,
to send me the
Curly
model.
Bill Brocious.
Herb's coming.
Get ready, boys. Curly Bill took charge of the Cowboys upon the old man's demise, and after that gunfight at the OK Corral,
Ooh, shit.
the Clantons wanted
Ooh, dodge.
So they murdered Morgan Earp and grievously wounded his older brother, Virgil. Wyatt
That's
and
his
Doc
favorite
went on
model.
What became known as the Vendetta Ride.
And he's been wanting to
So when I
win
showed up, that's who they thought I was.
the monthly subscriber raffle to get me to paint it for him. Or he's said that, you know, eventually he'll pay me to have it painted. One or the other. Scared the shit out of me.
There were killers around every corner, all wearing red bandanas. That's how the Cowboys always identified each other. I was beginning to wish I had one myself. But I wasn't about to let Ringo walk away unscathed. And that's what drove me forward.
They say that Ringo was infernally fast.
Just well,
Hardly saw
how am I
anyone
supposed to pretend
faster,
though?
boy. Certainly not Wyatt Earp. That
I
man
mean,
was all hat
I
and
could
no
technically
cap.
do it if he's not there for one of the raffles.
Earp wasn't much of a match for him, but Doc Holliday.
That lunger should have kept his nose out of it. They never charged anyone for the murder of
Damn it.
Morgan Earp.
But everybody knew that Curly shot him in the back. That
Oh
was
yeah, I wouldn't have
common
a problem with it doing it after,
Yeah, maybe so.
but he
But
might
Ringo had
still.
nothing to do with it. He was just
Broadstone's
being
very
loyal to a
stubborn.
friend.
knowledge. Is that what you call it?
And he's
Being
not one
loyal.
to necessarily
Well,
just
to get to that loyal friend,
take
I had
things
to
like
pass
that from
by some
people.
buzzsaws as big as a man.
You know what I mean?
Excuse me, sir. I have a question.
What's that, Dwight?
After old man Clanton died, why didn't his son take over the Cowboys?
Say you
Because
gave
Ike
him.
Clanton
Yeah, he
was
wouldn't. He
dumber
wouldn't
than a
go for that
box of
though.
Rocks and a yellow belly to boot.
I mean, I don't think he would though. At least. I mean, you could try and tell him that, and if he accepts it, then we can play it that way. I'm okay with that. What am I doing here? Where am I supposed to be going? Oh, there we go. Yeah. He certainly is.
Now, where was I?
Taking down the entire cowboy gang single-handed.
Indeed I was, Jack.
Yes, indeed. Did you just call me yellow?
Well, it wasn't easy, as those boys had good cover.
Oh, shit. God damn. This guy's guns hurt. Get no PC to stream on. Yeah. And that's what I mean. Like, you know. He's just not one to really accept things, you know, like that from other people. Allah? I hear you over here. Or are you over this way? I think he's over this way.
There were carts everywhere, piles of lumber, and God knows what else for people to hide behind. That really was one hell of a sawmill. Quite an impressive operation.
And where was Curly Bill? Did you see him?
What's up,
About to
Adamantium
get to that, Ben.
Shield?
Patience.
How you doing, brother?
I'm painting a
Good
picture
morning.
here. There was this beautiful waterfall and a crystal clear stream that led to a verdant valley that was truly...
Consider your picture painted. What happened next?
Well, finally the bastards that were still alive made a last stand. Curly Bill, Johnny Ringo, and his compadres
It's
took
4
off
a.m.
into the
I mean,
lumber
it's still
yard,
morning.
and I followed after.
Technically. Actually, by my standards, that's still night because the sun hasn't come up yet.
Are you saying they ran? Cowardice was not in Ringo nor Curly Bill's nature.
No, sir. I never said they were running scared. They just wanted me out in the open.
Not very well currently. I'm sorry to hear that, Shield.
Brocious gave me no choice but to take his life. But Ringo was
Yeah, man,
nowhere
what's
to be found.
is it just can't sleep or
I knew you didn't kill
feeling
Ringo,
kinda
'cause
sick?
He was found dead in a different location altogether.
To this day, his killer is still unknown.
what is wrong with the adamantium
Indeed.
shield?
Took me a few months before I finally tracked his ass to West Turkey Creek Canyon.
That is poopy.
That's incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
God damn it. Stepping all goofy.
Sorry I had to ruin the legend for you, boy. But the legend ain't always true. Doc Holliday had nothing to do with the death of Johnny Ringo.
That's extra poopy.
I was paid a healthy bounty for Ringo and Curly Bill, and realized there was real money to be made. That's why I went after Henry Plummer.
Yeah, sorry to hear that, Shield. Number,
Wasn't he the sheriff who augmented his income
Definitely
by
never fun to
shaking
have
down
stomach
miners
bug.
and robbing gold
you figured it
shipments?
out?
That's the one.
Oh, yeah, I remember him. He ran that gang of thieving outlaws called the Innocents.
Lay it on me.
So it's true that you went toe-to-toe with him?
What you got?
Indeed I did, son. Indeed I did.
Relaxing to the sounds of intense cowboy gunfighting. You are obviously more than welcome to
I
come
knew
and
I needed resources
hang out in
if I was
here,
going to track down
Sir
Roscoe
Shield.
Bob Bryant. And hunting Plummer looked like a good way to get rich quick. As the local
More than
vigilantes
welcome.
exposed him as the leader of the bandits and put a generous price on his head. Plummer rallied his
That's
gang
curious
to
if I
plunder
can shoot the
one
eagle.
last gold mine before making their escape. And that's where I thought I'd find him.
It makes me nervous standing so close to all these goddamn cows. Why would you be cigar, we're fine. Yeah, besides, George is up there on the rocks with that rifle of his. Nothing gets past him. Who the hell is that thing?
My late father pointed out to me more than once. God made men. Samuel Colt made them equal.
I like that saying. Everyone said all those knows he got a lot of things going on in his life. But your eyes and oranges kept him going. Basically, just
I knew that dynamite
be
wasn't
like,
mine,
hey man,
so I decided the polite thing would be to return it.
I'm paint you this
It
mini.
was the biggest gold
Are you
rush
throwing
since
dynamite
Sonny's
at me,
Mill
you
in
son of a
48.
bitch?
Unfortunately, prospectors weren't the only ones drawn to those riches. There were thieves and killers, robbing travelers, hijacking gold ships.
Ooh, I leveled up. That's the shotgunner one? Yeah. Oh, I want that though. Ooh, golden rifle.
Like those that ran with Plummer. Some were just regular folks I knew from town.
We can give it a
drawn
shot.
By greed and easy pickings. Charlie Crow, the blacksmith. James, who worked in the stable. Sam and Jeremiah Barber, the butcher's sons. Ordinary citizens who lived a double life. Stealing and thieving and murdering their neighbors.
How did I not hit that guy with that shot?
Of course, the rest were veterans of the Civil War. Stone-cold killers trained on the bloody fields of Shiloh and Antietam. Plummer had a lot of men on his payroll. A hell of a lot. That son of a bitch pretended to protect the public with one hand, while stealing them blind with the other. He set up a defensive perimeter which I had no idea how to breach. Dangerous, desperate individuals. I was outnumbered and in way over my head, but I was too damn stubborn and stupid to realize it. They must have thought I was touched. I thought I was some kind of hero.
Doing pretty good. Can't
I
complain.
finally made it past and headed on to meet my destiny.
Did a good bit of painting and stuff earlier, and I'm just
But first, I had something I needed
chilling,
to figure out.
shooting some
I had a few ideas on how to
cowboys
get
and
into
such.
that mine, but once I made my decision, I knew there was no turning back. So my first thought was to enter the nearest mine portal. I saw an entrance. Made sense. It was the quickest way in, but that also made it more dangerous, as there would undoubtedly be enemy pickets posted along the way. Besides, once you enter a mine like that, it's easy to get all turned around. And that confusing maze of corridors wouldn't even be the worst of it. Some of those shafts can be as deep as hell. A single stumble or misstep can easily end in a deadly plunge to oblivion. This is why I do not like heights.
a single misstep. Ooh, I got a secret. Where am I supposed to? Oh, over here. Ow. Ooh. I got some pretty good ones in here.
Quick reflexes often make up for a lack of common sense. Luckily, I was never one to be easily bushwhacked.
This game amuses me so much when, like, just be like, you know, oh, this thing happened. But, you know, I'm not a bitch.
I would just
And then
need
it fucking
to be
killed
careful
you.
not to blow myself to kingdom come.
Every time.
With all that gunpowder and dynamite everywhere, a body has to know what to shoot.
Okay. Where am I supposed to go now? Oh, do I crouch? No. What? Oh, there it is. Can't see that shit. So dark in here. Still new to me. Buckets of blood has been spilled. Chaos is indeed sharp.
One wrong bullet could have turned that mine into a dad-blasted tube.
Woo! Oh shit.
I freely admit my plan of attack was not just moronic, but clearly exciting. It's a good thing that I abandoned that ridiculous plan before I even tried it.
Before I even tried it.
Instead,
So you play through that
I
whole
spotted a
part?
ladder
Didn't
way
even
into
actually
the line
happen.
from the opposite side.
Fucking game is so good. This is what I'm talking about. Like, the game will just change shit to accommodate the story all the time. It's so funny.
It was a long way around, but that approach seemed more sensible at the time. Of course, being I had a problem with heights, that scaffolding scared the bejesus out of me. Climbing down that ladder required some caution. Because even though I had a younger man's reflexes, no man can dodge a damn bullet while climbing down a rickety ladder. I was determined not to give up, however.
Woo.
That Sheriff Plummer seemed quite the despicable character. When the vigilantes discovered what the sheriff was up to, people were outraged. That 10,000 they put on his head would go a long way to helping me find old Bob. And I had made it my mission to settle that score come hell or high water. But first, I would have to make a choice.
No. So you can
The
see
elevator or
now I've
climb the
got
ladder.
brings up the ammo there. Right above the guns. But pretty much every guy you kill drops bullets for you, so unless you're just throwing shots out like
I picked the more
insanity, it's
convenient
pretty
and more
hard
dangerous route.
to run out of bullets. I love that bullet time thing. What? Oh.
Plummer was a mad dog killer, and the people of Nevada City deserved better.
Nevada City. Well, I thought Plummer met his maker in Bannock, Montana.
Right. Well, he was the sheriff of both places at one time or another, but that's neither here nor there. The point was, taking him down would save a lot of lives, including my own.
Let's go that way? No. Let's go this way. What did that say? What? No, I don't want that. Now I get to fight the guy that throws dynamite at me. Henry Bitchweight.
They're gonna need a dustpan to pick you up. This day is just getting worse and worse.
Henry Plummer was clearly unhinged, and I could see right away that this was going to take some doing.
No blood money for me today. I need some help here. Come on, boys. Take this cocksucker out. Catch this, son of a bitch! I can shoot too! Pissing me off! See what it can do! You killed an innocent man!
Ugh.
So that's how Henry Plummer
Got
died.
him.
Him and his crew were worth their weight in gold. And now, I was officially a bounty hunter.
Ducky Slab. With that host. Thanks, Ducky. I love that duck.
So, did you finally go after that
The world
pop
may
fare?
never know.
Well, I heard word he was in Kansas with John Wesley Hardin. So that's where I went.
Do you know Debbie's
Where
name,
in
Shield?
Kansas?
Abilene. Why do you ask, Ben?
No reason.
Was Hardin as fast as Ringo?
Ringo was fast, but John Wesley was as fast as the devil himself.
The devil himself.
Hell, he killed his first man at 15. From that day forward, he had a price on his head and wouldn't back down for nobody, not even Wild Bill Hickok himself.
Shield, is this game what English people think the stereotypical American is? Right, guys, is Debbie's
I
brother.
dodged death many a time, and that night in Abilene was...
Woo!
I was there with the intention of finding that bastard Bob and collecting the bounty on John Wesley.
You can call me whatever you want, baby.
I thought the Texas Rangers got Hardin.
Yeah, that's what they want you to believe. It was cold in a witch's his tit in a brass bra that night as I fought my way past his loyal compadres to the very same saloon we're sitting in today. Look around and imagine this place painted in blood.
I was just curious.
Hardin was waiting for me, and
As long as it isn't Hostess.
wait, I'm jumping the gun here. Let me back up and give you some background on this sumbitch. He deserves that much. Don't you think so, Ben? John Wesley Hardin was a killer. By the end, he confessed
We gotta do
to
a
taking the
we gotta do
lives
a
of 42
cutaway here.
fathers and husbands, brothers and sons.
Get some
men with
context for
families who cared about
when I
them.
kill this fancy looking
He was
guy
a bona fide
cards
folk
in his
hero
hat.
by then, and had amassed a gang of armed
Yet he is
miscreants
on a
and other
rampage. Not a
assorted
problem,
thugs.
Kino.
He and his men set up camp outside of town, and I was
You
hoping
take care
Bob was among them.
A little Yeti.
It's cold out here. Freezing giblets off. Ain't right, we gotta stay out here keeping watch like this.
Ain't nobody stupid enough to go after Hardin anyway.
Better 3 hours early than a minute too late. They didn't ask why I was there. They knew. Most of them wanted as well. I figured Hardin was here somewhere, but to get to him, I'd have to get past his gun hands. I had to spill a lot of blood to find out Hardin wasn't in that camp. He was carousing in town with his closest friends. Hardin's boys apparently didn't want me to reach the Bull's Head. Some were hightailing it into town to inform their Hefe of my unwelcome presence.
You know you can't beat me. Tell Hardin someone's coming for him.
Where's that dude at?
Stop that sumbitch!
Hello?
Let the boys know we got another law dog.
He like under the rocks here? I'm very confused at why I can hear a guy's voice. Nope. Nope.
I wondered if Bob was among them.
You're starving. Is there no food in your house again, Shield?
And I steeled myself for the fight ahead. For as good as I was, deep down I wondered if John Wesley wasn't just a little bit better.
It wasn't just a little bit better. Nah, he's not. And now we get into the town.
Before I could test my mettle against Hardin, however, I would first need to dispatch his compadre and hired killer. Most of these degenerates were beyond redemption, but John Wesley might have been a different story. I didn't learn until later that that night was in fact his birthday celebration. already mentioned that I found Hardin in this very saloon. Suffice it to say, nobody there was happy to see me. In fact, I felt a certain hostility. I was disappointed that neither Bob nor John Wesley were among the dead. But that was short-lived, as a moment later I was facing down the fastest gun
Yetis
in
have the
West.
best candy. The bestest of candy. What's up, boy? Killed a man for snoring, and 40 more for breathing.
I felt a bolt of adrenaline. Or maybe that was fear. He was well known for his tricks, and I knew I'd need my own if I was ever to defeat him. That man was faster than greased lightning. But being inebriated as he was, he didn't count his shots. And now, he was
It's
at my mercy.
So he didn't die?
No, I sent him to prison. Years later, after he was free, some restless Avenger took his life. Shot him in the back in a saloon just like this one. Anybody up for another beer? Ben?
Dodging bullets.
Thank you, darling. Yeah, some say revenge is a dish best served cold.
So whatever happened to that Bob guy you were after?
Personally, I'd like to hear some of your other adventures. Like, I don't know, did you ever go toe-to-toe with a red man?
Whoa. Anapropes.
Yes, I did, Ben. I remember once I was after this renegade Apache, Grey Wolf. Strangely enough, revenge was also his primary motivation.
Dances with renegades.
A bounty was put on Grey Wolf's head, and that's how I came to hunt him in the mountains. Mountains so high they tickled the nether regions of heaven.
Very descriptive.
Grey
Yes, he
Wolf
did,
was a
Shield.
Chiricahua Apache medicine man who had led a war party in revenge for a massacre against his people. The U.S. Army
It is
had
a
attacked
cowboy
his
game.
tribe during his daughter's sacred sunrise ceremony. And the slaughter was unspeakable. I understood his anger, as there's nothing more traumatic than seeing those you love die in a cruel and painful death. Right from the beginning, I couldn't shake the feeling that Grey Wolf was watching my
It was
every
a
move.
wolf. That's him. That's him right there. He's actually an animagus
He led a band
from
of
Harry
young
Potter,
Apache
and
warriors who
he
wanted
transforms into a
retribution
gray wolf.
and were more than willing to die for him.
Historically accurate, of course. I mean, it's like I get why somebody would be upset about it, maybe, but it's, to me, the same thing as, like, in Django Unchained, like, you know, a white dude says the N-word. Like, that's what happened back then. Harry Potter was a documentary, was it not? Hi, Divalent. Glad you got some sleep.
They saw me
I mean,
before I saw them.
it could have been a documentary, for sure. I hope it was a documentary. Done something bad in the Discord that you gotta tell Rudy about? Really? I mean, you can tell any of the admins. It doesn't necessarily have to be a Rudy.
Maybe this wasn't such a good
Just so you
idea.
know.
But now that the shooting has started, there was no backing down.
Oh, shit. Just so you guys know, too, with that, yeah, that's fair. I'm just saying, like, any of the admins, you can DM about that kind of stuff.
It was rugged country, the winter home of the
But when that
Chiricahuas.
slow motion thing happens
That's
and I
why they
dodge
never
the
treated
bullet, I actually have to hit left or right, depending on which side of me the bullet is coming on, in order to dodge that. That doesn't happen automatically.
I admit to having some regrets about going after them the way I did. But then again, I got a lot of them.
Yeah, exactly. Because basically that as long as the golden skull and dice in the top right are filled, then if I get shot at, and it would be a kill shot,
Not at that moment, but I did find the entrance to their hideout.
then I get the chance to dodge.
A deep crevice that led to a deeper cave.
Don't tell me you went in there.
Yeah, but it's not out of bravery so much as pure, angry cussedness.
This part always weirds me out. I think I'm supposed to go straight down, but I don't remember. Nope. I was wrong. Damn. Just laid his ass out. Over this way? Aha, there we go. I have discovered it. Oh, shit.
See, back then, I had a stubborn streak a mile wide, and I wasn't about to back down.
So it was like pitch black in there?
Actually, it was pretty well lit. They had torches on the wall.
Woo! A secret? Nope.
How big was his cave?
Big as hell, Ben. Chiricahua had hid out there during the Indian Wars. thought it was haunted with the ghosts of those murdered by the horse soldiers.
The cave was haunted with dead Indian ghosts?
To be honest, I was more concerned with the live
little weird.
ones than the dead ones.
There we go. Sometimes you just spray bullets at a
You
man.
know so much about engines.
A few years back, I was married to 2 Mescalero women.
At the same time?
Yeah, they were sisters. Polygyny is traditional among the Mescalero.
So what happened?
Oh, I had to get out of there.
Polygamy.
Those girls never shut up. Both of them nagging at me all the time. Drove me half crazy. Haven't seen them since.
No, I mean, what happened with Grey Wolf?
Oh, well, I pursued him into the Cave of Death.
The Cave of Death.
I came upon this flooded grotto, and that's when I saw him. He came to me unarmed and unafraid. His voice echoed in the shadows, and I sensed he meant me no harm.
He's like,
You carry great
he
darkness in your
judged me
heart.
as a
If
bitch.
you do not release it,
Look at the
it will
look on that
claim
man's
your
face.
soul.
The sound of his voice put some kind of ancient Indian spell on me. As his story unfolded in my mind,
You will come to this place again and kill many more men. The darkness will grow until it consumes everything. The soul will have no relief. I have no tears.
he said I was a great warrior, a coyote man, unequaled by any other pale-faced warrior, or something like that.
The snakes will bite shadows of your past until a pain poisons your heart, and an echo of the song of the dead summons the spirits deep from within the mountains.
I didn't quite get what he was saying, but there was definitely snakes. And indeed, his warriors
Angry.
surrounded me and attacked me like hungry wolverines. They couldn't stop me, though, and Grey Wolf wasn't in the mood for idle talk. I swear I couldn't see any way out of this trap. But suddenly, one just appeared, kind of like a miracle.
A way just appeared. It's like a miracle. I don't know how it happened. It's almost like I had hacks or something. Except they didn't. It's not a thing.
I felt like I would be lost in that damn cave forever. Finally, I found myself back outside, perched on the edge of a precipice overlooking a thundering whitewater river. To get where I was going required several leaps of faith, but no way in hell I was turning back. I chased after him, determined to make him explain the meaning of all that mumbo
I know, right?
jumbo.
God.
Mumbo Jumbo is right. Are you making this all up as you go?
A few details may be fuzzy, brother, but I am relating exactly what happened to me. There were dozens of Apache warriors aiming at me from on high.
Dozens.
Well, maybe not dozens, but there was a lot of,
At least 3 or 4.
well, more than that, little lady. I had a steep climb up creek ahead of me and scrambled up those rocks like a mountain goat. I was determined to locate Grey Wolf and find out exactly what the hell he was trying to tell me. And wouldn't you know it, that crafty son of a bitch led me right into a trap.
What kind of trick?
Well, son, there had to be at least 100 Apaches surrounding me.
100?
God be my witness.
Oh, come on. Who are you kidding?
At least
Hey,
100.
I believe you. Come on, tell us how it ended.
All right, but I'm not gonna drag this out. Where were we?
You were surrounded by 100 Apache warriors.
Get more ammo. We'll get that too.
Well, I didn't take the time to count them exactly, but there were a lot of them.
Woo.
And in the end, a path appeared before me that I had not seen before.
There was like 6. 100, you mean? Yeah. Clearly 100, Divlin. In your sleep, did you forget how to count?
I followed it as I desperately needed to find out what Grey Wolf was trying to tell me. But it was like that son of a bitch disappeared into thin air.
See? See? I told you. He's an animagus. This movie takes place in ancient Harry Potter
Never
land.
did find him. And never did collect my goddamn bounty.
Pretty some bitch got away.
Thank you, darling. It's interesting how the truth can sometimes seem might malleable, depending upon your point of view.
Like how those dime novels make you out to be something you're not?
Jack, don't be starting trouble.
Hey, man.
No, he's
I didn't
right.
write those
They
books.
do tend to exaggerate.
I ain't write those
Did
books.
they exaggerate your part in taking down the Daltons?
Well, I was there in the flesh, boy, so I saw what happened firsthand.
Right, Ben was there. Now I got backup.
Those Daltons were lawmen once, before they all went bad, robbing banks and trains clear across the territory. Until Coffeeville, of course.
Until
I was one of the citizens who
Coffeeville.
took up arms that day.
Did you forget anything else while you were asleep, Div?
I did my best, sir. We all did.
I just want to make sure, like, you know, if you're forgetting stuff while you fall asleep, probably something you should bring up to somebody.
It was early morning. One of my friends was a local gunsmith, and he handed out firearms to anybody who'd take one. You see, the Daltons got it in their heads to rob 2 banks at the same time. 2 banks on the same damn street. Story was Bob Dalton's girl was always writing about how he had no ambition. Oh, you're nobody next to Jesse James, she'd say. Finally, the bastard took his brothers to Coffeeville just to shut her up. Well, the locals recognized the Daltons right off. Before they could get away, half the town took up arms to defend their property. Their first mistake was pulling a job in their own damn hometown.
Everything but how to
Boy,
type. Well, and apparently you didn't forget the English
bank
language
teller
either.
tricked them, telling them the time lock on the safe wouldn't open till 9:30.
Ooh. me up. Alright, let's try this again. There we go. Much better. You got Rangers. Rangers or some shit. An inlaid 6-shooter. I'm not sure what the advantage is of that. No, I can't do anything with that door. Okay. We'll stick with these. Boom.
The brothers paid dearly for their stupidity, but everybody knows they had it coming.
There's more to it than that. I read all about that day, so I know for a fact that it went down very differently.
I know for a fact.
First of all, it was high noon.
Because I read about it.
U.S. deputy marshals were on the rooftop across the street.
Get ready. They're gonna make a move.
The lawmen had been tracking the Daltons for months. Now they finally had them dead to rights. Among them was a bounty hunter feared by many a lawbreaker. The marshals tried to get the Daltons to surrender.
Don't give up the best. We just gotta wait for some bitches out.
This bounty hunter knew that the brothers were far too proud to ever lay down their guns. So he went in there alone to confront those criminals.
With this conveniently placed ladder.
The marshal shouted, "Where are you going? Are you crazy?"
Hey, where do you think you're going, dumbass? That rifle's mine.
But he paid him no mind. He saw
And I said,
Lee get
never
out
you
the
mind.
back of the bank.
Never you mind, I said.
Then he figured out how to hit the Daltons from a direction they weren't expecting. From
I figured out how to hit him.
Fortunately, a water tower
Right in the
was
booty.
right there. A moment later, he was climbing
The
up
booty
the
is
steep
above,
ladder,
right?
laughing at danger as he did. It was brave men like him who risked their lives to tame this wild country.
Jesus.
We've got company.
Heroic men like him, who did what other men couldn't or wouldn't to make
Is
this
that
country
Silas
free.
Greaves? Son of a bitch!
Jim Booth and Davy Crockett, who died defending the Alamo.
Sorry, son of a bitch! I ain't backing down.
God damn.
Over there!
Shit. Ooh. Another secret. That means there seems to be somewhere to go every time, right? It's crazy.
That's Silas Greaves. What the hell?
Blaine! He came away victorious, taking down those thieving Daltons. His name was Silas Greaves, and when the dust finally settled, he was the last man standing.
I sure was.
Sorry, kid, but that just wasn't the way it happened.
It just didn't go down like that. You know.
It was
Should probably
early
take my
evening,
word
about
for
high
it,
noon.
because I'm the guy. I'm the guy who did the thing.
Daltons blew up a safe, and we're all set to hightail it out of there. I was late to the party, and Coffeeville was already up in arms. Those pathetic deputies surrounding the bank were dropping like flies.
The Dalton brothers.
I had been tracking those jokers for months, waiting for them to do something reckless. And finally, they did. Those stupid bastards decided to rob 2 banks at the same time in the same town where everybody knew them. But they still had friends in Coffeeville.
Two down.
Those friends came after me like a pack of wild dogs, tooth and nail. They were coming at me from all directions. I caught sight of the Daltons running with the money and didn't want to lose them. Problem was,
that wasn't a good guy.
To top it off, I found myself in the middle of another shootout at a tire.
Did the Daltons hole up in somebody's house?
No, it was the Smiths out there. They were cousins of the Daltons. And they were shooting at the Browns, who were shooting at the Daltons. Which wasn't any surprise, because those 2 families have been feuding forever. And since the Joneses are related to the Browns, they shot at the Smiths, pissing off the Heimhoffers, whose daughter recently married a Smith. Well, bullets were flying every which way as all the old feuds in Kansas caught fire all at once. There was a hell of a lot of pissed off people in Coffeeville that day. But that's just the way life is sometimes. Shit happens.
Ooh, is there anything up here? I don't know if I've ever gone up here before. Maybe I did. Allah. Oh, Jesus. I am so sorry. No, no secrets. Boo.
The Dalton boys knew
Where'd
I
this guy
would
go?
never give up. Those Daltons weren't the sharpest knives in the drawer, but they always stood together. They set a trap to slow me down and allow at least
God
2
damn
of
it.
them to escape.
Oh, I thought I killed 2 of them already. Jesus. It did slow me down. It slowed me down so much that I died. Do I go this? Oh, there we go.
It was him, the youngest, and he decided to stand his ground and face me down.
I ain't afraid of you, Silas Reeves. This is where it ends for you.
He was determined to protect his brothers. And I understood how it felt. Taking me on when all by his lonesome wasn't exactly a recipe for a long life.
But Emmett Dalton survived the robbery in Coffeeville. He's the only Dalton who did.
They say he was shot 23 times.
Well, Dwight, who do you think put all those damn holes in him?
I did indeed shoot him 23 times. Actually, technically there, I think I shot him about 27 times.
That boy had grit.
But I shot the hell out of him. It's a good thing, though, Divalent, that I have plot armor in this game. So every time I die, snap right back. Right? Just like, you know, magic paths appear for me, and I always get that
Took me a couple of
that
days
easy
to
out
track
in a
the
tough
Dalton
situation.
down.
They can't get away with this.
And in that time, a whole posse of local vigilantes offered to lend a hand.
We'll track them to the ends of the earth.
I just
They seemed as determined as me to find those outlaws.
can't be stopped.
But as we headed into those swamps, it was like I had my own private army. There was no way those boys were getting away this time.
The bog. The swamp.
It was early fall, right? Beautiful time of year. At least you had the weather on your side.
Not by my recollection. It was damp and foggy,
Foggy as hell. See? Oh, look at that. Fog just appears out of nowhere.
It was tough to stay on a true course, so we kept an eye out for landmarks.
Damn bugs. Is there a secret in this house? Nope, because I can't even get in there.
It was autumn. The maple trees were in full color, red as blood.
Fucking game.
The rains that year were torrential, so the whole area was flooded. The vigilantes had spread out wide, and pretty soon I couldn't see anybody.
Nothing in there.
A couple of times I realized I was lost in that morass.
Can I get out through there? Nope. God damn it, game. Dude, it's ridiculous. I love it. This isn't even like a really new...
Plant 'em where they stand! Except for some bitches ahead of me wanting to do me harm. So I had to face
this is a
them
relatively
alone.
old game.
I wondered why my compatriots didn't come running when they heard the shots.
Because they were all dead.
So did you find the Daltons?
Not yet, but I did have the questionable pleasure of meeting a few of their friends. The boys had established quite a reputation by that time, so they attracted all manner of riffraff to their cause. Point being, I was under serious attack. My reinforcements was nowhere to be seen. But luckily, a barn materialized as it right before my eyes. I scrambled up top to get a better view.
A barn materialized right before my eyes. He didn't lie. That's actually what happened. This fucking game.
But just ended up falling inside.
So, how did you get out?
The barn doors was open. About right then, I saw some suspicious characters running through the bushes. Of course, I followed them. But that goddamn swamp was like a goddamn maze, and pretty soon I had no goddamn idea where I was.
Goddamn, goddamn.
Steve? So I just started walking, and pretty soon...
Oh.
Steve? Steve?
Huh? Oh, no, I'm listening.
Indians
Son of a bitch.
surrounded me from all sides.
Falling asleep during my story.
No. I just wanted to make sure Steve was paying attention. Now, where was I?
You were following the Daltons through a swamp?
That's right. See, Steve? Dwight's paying attention.
No, I'm listening. I was just resting my eyes.
So, where was I?
I was just
The Daltons.
resting my eyes.
See, there's a
Ooh,
reason
bullets.
so many outlaw gangs
damn.
made up of brothers.
Holy
Being
shit.
A brother is a very sacred
Got 150
thing.
revolver
it's a
ammo?
bond like no other.
Let's go. Let's go, boys.
Bounty hunter! Stop that, son
So did you ever find the damn Daltons?
Not yet. But I did find a few of their cousins. You Kansans breed like rabbits.
Ooh. Somebody threw dynamite at me. That is a dick move.
Stop that, son
So did you ever find the damn Daltons?
Not yet. But I did find a few of their cousins. Kansans breed like rabbits. More Smiths or Heimhoffers or who knows what. Hell, what's more important than family? I'll bet Ben knows what I'm talking about.
I am facing you. You're the one hiding behind a huge goddamn door, you little bitch. This guy over here with the balls to talk shit to me like that. Hello?
Were out there somewhere, standing together against
It's like
anyone who would
invisible
threaten
in all this brush. Pain in the ass to see it. What the hell is shooting me?
And that's when I saw it. A goddamn steamboat.
A steamboat in a swamp?
Yeah, Steve, but this wasn't much more than a wreck, really.
But how'd a damn steamboat end up in the
steamboat.
swamps? Guess it floated off during the flood of '89.
Now, was it a stern wheeler or a side wheeler?
What? Does that really make a difference, Steve? It was a steamboat with a goddamn army on board. It was then that a fusillade of bullets come raining down from on high, and those vigilantes who accompanied me weren't anywhere to be found. But among those men that were shooting at me, I thought I saw some familiar faces. Somewhere up there, the Daltons were waiting on me.
Sounds like you don't give up too easy.
That's the kind of man I am, Ben. I set out to do something. I do it. Surrender just ain't in my nature. Plus, I'm stubborn as hell.
Yes, I did just kill that person. Hope he wasn't a friend of yours. Or relative. No secret back there. No secrets. Allah?
Right about then, much to my relief, the vigilantes finally arrived. Their leader motioned at a cabin in the middle of the top deck, pointing me directly at the Daltons. I finally had
Directly at the
them,
Daltons.
after months of dogged pursuit. But it turned out that they had me.
Take him out! I'm sending you to hell!
Nuh-uh.
The Daltons had played
I'm the
me like a
protagonist. You
fiddle.
can't kill me.
Apparently, the vigilantes were on their damn payroll. They didn't just want to shoot me. They wanted to burn me alive. But finding my way out of a burning labyrinth proved to be quite a challenge.
It was a riverboat, right? I mean, it's not like it was a goddamn ocean liner.
Well, yeah, but I was in a fight.
Launch next year? Largest one in the world.
They're talking about the Titanic. If you ask me, it's too blessed big. I don't think they're even slow.
So anyway,
Don't be stupid, Steve. They know what they're doing. They say that the Titanic is unsafe.
oh God,
But getting back to that steamboat, how'd you get off it, Mr. Greaves?
I took in a lot of smoke that day, so I admit my recollection might be a bit hazy. But somehow I managed to finally disembark. It was time to settle this once and for all. Bob and Grat weren't about to come at me one at a time. They were in this together.
That's a
Two
mighty
brothers
fine
side
firearm
by
there.
side, determined to take me down. Confident that this time the odds were on their side. They got it wrong. A sad end for those two. If they'd only known that Emmett was still alive despite his wounds. Parole's 14 years later. He moved to California and sold real estate and lived off the legend.
Damn, I shot that dude 23 times and he
and
lived.
the tragic death of his
That
two
man's
brothers.
a G. Alright, guys. I think that's where I'm going to call it for tonight. I think that's a good place to stop.
My own
Me
brothers died tragically as
killing
well, truth
the
be
Dalton
told.
brothers. We can save some more cowboy action
It was 1868.
for another night.
and me and my older brothers were pulling a tidy profit running.
But I appreciate everybody coming and chilling. Shield.
I'd been on their trail for months.
Hopefully you
ever since they left their hideout in the Bighorn Mountains.
feel better soon. Dylan, you too. And Kano. Thanks for coming in, dude. Give yourself a good night. Anybody who isn't a regular in here, thanks for coming and chilling, watching the stream. If you like the stream, make sure you throw us a follow. Know when we're on, so you can watch some more stuff. I mostly do miniature painting streams, creative stuff during the day. Usually do gaming in the evenings. You can check out all the subscriber benefits down in the panels below, if that's something you're interested in as well. And good night. I like shooting cowboy guns. A lot of fun. So thanks for coming and hanging out. And we're going to throw a host over to Mr. Bat Dizzle. He's a fellow member of the stream community that I am in, which is the Honor Guard. If you are not a member of the Honor Guard, you can type in !Discord in order to get the link to get in there. It is an awesome community full of lots of different kinds of streamers, gamers, creative streamers, cosplay people, all kinds of folks. So definitely check out the Citadel and the Honor Guard. A lot of cool stuff. But we're gonna go over to Mr. Bad Diddle's stream. He is playing some Mass Effect 2 right now. And hope you guys will stick around and say hi to him. Chill with him for a little bit. Thank you again for coming. And we'll see you guys on the next one.